DBS community, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the green, I would say the deck that got the most support from the new anniversary box, which is going to be Turles, specifically green Turles. So on the title of the video, I called it Turles Corp, even though the other Turles deck is also the same thing. This is the deck that has actually received, I would say, a decent amount of support over the time that it's been a deck. It topped a really early on. I think the set that it came out saw a little bit of play over in EU, although I would say not the most legal win for the deck. There's definitely an asterisk on that one. But the deck has seen trivial play throughout its time. Nothing that's made the deck seem as if it was something to compare to some of the top meta decks, but definitely a very interesting deck in how it plays. Obviously, the concept of this deck, if you guys don't know, is you play out Turles Corp cards, and you kind of combo a lot of them out, and you end up playing them from your combo step. One of the big downsides of this deck, however, is that you can't use Successor, which was a big thing when this deck first came out. Is everyone was playing like you would planning on, the concept of like using Xenocell, Xenocell. And you would use those for like the successor targets. However, the permanent on the leader, both sides, if they were placed in the drop, they were placed in the warp instead. So you can't actually fulfill the successor requirement. So we got a decent amount of support from the anniversary box, and we'll kind of go over that now. With the first one being a Z leader. This is a huge boost to this deck. So this is now Turles Zeno, and you are 15k crit. For 3 Z energy, which isn't a big deal because you build a lot since you combo a lot of cards, and it's free, which is another very good thing. So awaken when your life is at 4 or less, and you place 1 4-star ball parasitic darkness from your hand or drop under your green Turles leader. Permanent green Turles Corp cards with an original combo power of 3,000 in your combo area get 2k combo power. So now you'll see most of the Turles cards, they are 3k combos. So now the ones that are 3k are now 5k. Which is pretty good since you combo with them a lot for free. The card attacks, draw 1, and then activate main or battle for 2 yellow, or not for 2 yellow, for 2 green. Add 1 4-star ball from under this card to your hand. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, KO it. Choose up to 3 of your Turles Corp cards and switch it to active mode. And remove this card from the game at the end of the turn. So this card has a lot built into it. You have removal. It is a cost, but because you're playing out so many Turles cards for cheap or for for free, it's not bad. So you can switch up to 3 of your Turles Corp cards to active mode. You gain a 5k combo back. So essentially you're drawing a card, and then you're also killing something as well. So this is very good. So you also can switch this card to active mode as well. Meaning you can get another draw, because at least you'll be on your unawakened. You'll be on your unawakened side. You'll be on your un-Z awakened side. So you'll be back to the normal leader, which is Fiendish Force. You're sorry about the quality of these cards. Couldn't find any like really good, high quality, large images of some of these leaders. So, so the next bit of support, we got a Cacao, strongest crusher in the universe. It's a 5k. 3 combo cost, or 3 combo power, which essentially would be a 5k with the Z leader. Unique, if your leader is a Turles Corp card, when this card in your deck or hand is used in a combo, play this card from the drop in the rest mode at the end of the battle. Then auto, when this card is played, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose up to 1 of your green Turles cards, and it gets 5k power for the turn. So this is a way of you giving any of your Turles cards, including your leader, 5k buff for the turn. So essentially you're essentially beating your leader, which is pretty nice. And then we have Turles Meteor Burst. So I would say this is probably the best support for the deck out of all of the cards that this deck has received support for, excluding the Z leader, of course. Main thing is that this card does not have unique, and a lot of the Turles cards end up having unique in this format. Not in this format, in this archetype, because of the free playability of a lot of the stuff. Activate main if your leaders, limit 1 if you have 3 or more energy, and the total Turles Corp's 3 or more energy, and the total Turles Corp's cards with different card names among all cards in your Z energy. Battle area and drop is 5 or more. You draw 1 and you play this card from your hand. So it's just a tap 1, draw 1, play. Once the card attacks, choose 20 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Look up the top 3 cards from your deck and use 1 Turles Corp in a combo. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order, and then flip up to one of your opponent's life face over. So very powerful. So you combo a card going to 23, more likely if not 25, depending on the card you're comboing, and you're killing something on attack, and you're drawing a card on play. It's a very, very good support for the deck. I would say arguably, again, the best support that the deck has actually received so far. So now we're going to go into the actual deck. I'm going to break down and show you guys what I have come up with. As always, these are templates, so don't take these as a the best potential version of the deck. It's just a good template to start when you're building the Turles deck. So we're going to go into that part of the video now and see what we have. Okay, so we have a 53 card list here for the Turles deck. Starting off with the Tree of Might. This is a card that is played in your opponent's battle area when the game starts, and essentially at the beginning of their turn they flip a life, and you can grab a fruit of the Tree of Might from your deck and add it to your hand. I think does it add from drop as well? Might just be from, yeah, just from deck. So the fruit of the Tree of Might is a huge power boost for the Turles leader. You have the ability of flipping a card face down and then giving your leader or battle card 20k, and then if that card's name has Turles in it, it gets double strike. So you can give your leader, this is a 1-drop 20k double striker you can give to your leader. So you have a built-in Champa in the archetype, which is still very good, since Champa is no longer a thing. Since your Z leader also is crit, I believe you might be able to play. You are a Turles Corp still, so you can technically use this on your Z leader as well. So then you'll be a 25k double strike crit. That's pretty good. Then we have Turles, the Turles cards here. These are a lot of the main state Turles cards that you should be using from the previous archetypes. So we have Invader of Earth, 1-drop. When you play it, you flip up one of your opponent's life, and then when the card attacks, you look up the top 5 cards of your deck, and you combo with up to 5 Turles Corp cards. This is one of the big cards of the deck because this allows you to get a lot of your free plays out, and allows you to fill up your combo areas so you can play some other Turles cards. Again, unique, it's one of the problems. We have Crusher Corp Commander, 3-drop, unique, deflect. If you have 2 or more Turles Corp cards in your combo, play the card from your hand, and when you play it, you bottom deck a card and you draw 2. Gets 5k for the turn, and then until the end of your opponent's next turn, you flip up to one of your opponent's life face up. So this is a very cool cycle card, and you can play this off of obviously comboing the Turles Corp cards in your combo area. We have 3 Cosmic Rogue, another deflect card. That's why you're not running 4 of a lot of these cards, because they can't have multiples. 15k crit if you have 3 or more Turles Corp cards in your battle area, and have 3 or more cards, 3 or more energy. Reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2, so it becomes a 2 cost. During your turn, all Turles Corp cards in your battle area get 10k. So all of these 15ks become 25ks, 10ks become 20ks, etc., etc. This card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Very good, very, very good. And then we have Villainous Threat, which is a card that came out, back in set 19 for the Villainous archetype. Again, unique. But activate main or battle if you have 2 or more Villainous and or Turles Corp cards in your battle area and or combo area, play this card from your hand. So this is a 1-drop 20k that you can play. What's good about this is that it's a 3 cost, which is what we need for leading the corpse. So this is an older-ish promo, came out I think end of last year. It's a 15k, evolves on a Turles, which costs 3 or less. So you can't evolve on Cosmic Rogue. Which is why we wanted to include another 3-drop that you can evolve on top of. So we have Villainous Threat, Crusher Corpse Commander, and then the Invader of Earth. So this card is, when the card's played, switch it to active mode, and then add up to 1 Tree of the Fruit of Might from your deck to your hand, then shuffle. If it's your opponent's turn, when one of your green Turles Corp cards is played in rest mode, choose that card, switch it to active mode. So you can, anytime you combo with one of them, you will switch them to active mode. So it's not once per turn, so when one of them is played in rest mode, you just switch it to active mode. So you can just switch them all to active mode. This is nice because it's a free evolve and it will restand itself, so it becomes another attacker. So any of these 3-drop or 1-drop. So if you swing with the like the 1-drop here, you combo a bunch of stuff. Then you can play out leading the corpse. You'll restand, and then now any cards you combo with will come in active mode. 4 of the new Meteor Burst. Can't evolve off of it, but it still is probably one of your better plays. Just being a 1-drop, draws you a card, so it's replacing itself and it's killing something, and as well as continuing the combo effect. So that's very good. We have the small brothers here. I think people call them the Ballsack brothers for obvious reasons. These are 2 cards that you can combo with, and they search out and they play each other. So this guy here, using a combo from your deck or your hand, you play it from the drop area. So this card will come in active mode, and it's a unique blocker. So it will come in active mode if you have the other promo in play. Once the card's played, you get to play up to his brother from the deck in rest mode, which is this guy. And when this guy is played, you get to play the other guy from your you get to play his brother from your deck. So they kind of play each other. This one draws you a card and you discard a card, so you get to actually search out a card. We have 3 of the new Cacao promo, or from the anniversary box. Again, a lot of these cards are hard to run 4 of because they're unique, so you can't stack multiple on the board, so you kind of just need to see 1. So the ones that we're running 4 of, obviously, are going to be these 2 primarily, because this one, this card's probably going to die a lot, but being able to play it and then do the cycle is good, and the card's going to get removed later. This card you're going to keep at 4 because it's not unique. 2 of the 4-star balls. So this card goes on top of any Turles that costs 3 or 4, and you switch it to active mode. You play 4-cost Turles Zeno from your deck or your hand on top of it. So target for that's going to be dominance at hand. There's like an in-archetype mono green Turles card. It's not as good. This card can be played off that effect, off its activate main, or off an arrival effect. When this card is played, you draw a card, and then since our leader is green, we get to tap down any of our opponent's battle cards. So you get a yellow effect with this card, which is pretty cool. Essentially being able to come down as a 16k blocker, draw a card, and then tap something. That's pretty good value if I don't say so myself. We are running 2 of the 6-drop Dark Power Unleashed. This is a evolve target that goes over this Turles specifically, or goes over either one of these Turles, because these are also 4-cost and Cosmic Rogue. Alright, has an arrival effect as well for 3. When this card KOs an opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode, and then choose one of your opponent's cards, and then choose one card in your opponent's hand and discard it. So you get to actually choose at random, which is pretty cool. 25k blocker Revenge. So if they swing, you can block with this card, and then that card will die. So regardless of what happens to this card, once this card enters the block step, you'll be able to rip a card from your opponent's hand. And when this card is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO them, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. So if they have more cards on board that are not in rest mode, you get to basically tap down their entire board, which is very cool. So in a lot of matchups, if they do spam out the board, this card sticks for a bit. Regardless of how it gets removed, then you're going to be able to kill things in rest mode, as well as being able to just remove, tap down their entire board. The one problem with these cards is that they are not free combos, so they are 1-cost because they are multicolor, so that is kind of an issue. However, this Turles here will allow you to combo them, so if you do grab one off the top 3, you can combo either one of these guys because they are both Turles Corps. We have 2 of the multicolor Resin and Lacasse, whatever the guy's name is. Twin Teamwork. This is a counterplay. It plays for 2 if your leader is a Turles Corp card. And if your leader is a Turles Corp and there are 3 or more face-up cards between you and your opponents, you negate this card's energy exhaust on all areas. So this card does allow you to play it. So that way it's never essentially dead in your hand. You also can use it for like yellow effect for this, or the yellow effect for this card. But when you play it, card's played, it plays a card, and the battle card being played is played with its skills negated for the turn. So any card that doesn't have deflect, this card's gonna be able to hit. Essentially, it's a 2-cost Cold Bloodlust for this deck. So big secret rares, Beast Gohan, Golden Cooler, Evil Saiyan, a lot of these decks that play huge secret rares that don't have deflect, you'll be able to hit those cards with this, and then next turn you'll probably just be able to kill it. it's pretty good. So 2 of the Defending Father Paragus super combo. It's probably the best generic super combo still in the game. And we have 2 Skillless Chilais. So I ran the Skillless Chilai because of the tap down effect. So this deck lacks, I would say, defense. You have a decent Floodgate, being a green Saiyan. However, your deck is kind of loses to wide boards early. So being able to have a 10k combo that can just tap stuff down is very good. You essentially can also use it as a rival target for either one of these Turles if you do end up charging one of these guys, which you probably should charge one later on in the game, so that way you have access to this 2-drop. Secret Rare is going to be Wicked Saiyans. It's not searchable. I don't think there's any cards in this particular version of the deck that searches Turles cards, and it's not a Capsule Corp. Not Capsule Corp, whatever it is. Crusher Corp, yeah. So it's not a Crusher Corp, so you can't actually play it. You can't combo with it, can't do any of that stuff. But when you get this card in your hand, it is a 10k combo, always a 10k combo. And then you can tap 2 to either tap down for your opponent's battle for their card, and if they can't, you play it, and then it removes 2 cards from their hand. And I have a 40k dual attack blocker on board. That's very good. I definitely think this is this card, because it is a Turles, the card can also be given 20k and double strike off of the Tree of the Fruit of Might. So you have a huge 60k double striker potentially out of this card, and I think it's just for the battle. It gains double strike, so it actually doesn't say if it gains double strike. I think it's just assumed that it gains double strike for the battle, but if it doesn't and you still have the ability to swing at this guy again, this guy does have dual attack, so it would still have double strike. So yeah, this is probably the best one. I was looking at some other secret rares. Like Cellmax is a good option as well, but again, just a free 10k combo, not a bad option, and it is a Turles, so you get some effect with the tree and the fruit. 2 of the Goku Gohans. This is pretty, I would say, standard green stuff now that you're going to see in most green decks. Just playing it for 2, kills the card, ignoring barrier, pops a card from their hand, and if you do the second effect, which you're not going to do in most decks that are not Gohan, you can warp a card. I mean, if you can crit a life, more likely not going to do that. Just a 2-drop, 35k double strike, which is a huge, huge card. 2 homicidal clones, and then 3 end using Awakening Rage. Since we are a mono green Saiyan, we can use this card. So very good. Good Floodgate. Alright, Z deck. We already shown the Turles, and I do run 2 just because this card can be removed by your own effect. So if you do remove this card, you have at least another way to be able to play it out. So you can actually activate Battle. Pretty sure you can activate Battle on this guy to like restand your cards and then remove this card from the game, and then you can go into your next Z leader directly off of that, as long as you have the energy to pay. So the Z energy to pay, I should say. We have 2 Jiren the Immovable, just good green Z cards. 1 Frieza and then 2 Broly's. Broly's a little bit interesting because Broly's effect, to be able to play it for 1, you have to place a non-unique green card from your battle area in the drop, and you have a ton of unique battle cards. And also, your battle cards can't be placed in the drop by your own skills. They get sent to the warp. However, there's kind of a loophole, is that I believe if you were on your Z leader side, you lose that permanent. So then if you're on your Z leader side, you can play Broly for 1, and you can pop your non-unique cards. So a lot of these cards, again, have unique. The Zeno Turleses do not, as well as Meteor Burst, and I think that's it. I think the rest of them do have unique. So you can pop that one. You also can pop like Goku Gohan, I guess, if you would like to. But that is the deck. Do a screenshot pose there so you guys can see it. Overall, I think this deck has gained a ton of ground. It is more playable. There will need to obviously be a lot of testing. I think someone will potentially play this deck, and I think if you do play it, I think you have a very good chance of having a at least a good time playing the deck. This deck, I feel like, can hang with a lot of other decks because of it being a green Saiyan, so you have access to using Awakening. So it definitely gives you a huge advantage being able to play that card. You have tons of combo power. As long as your initial strategy is not interrupted, you can kind of pop off on certain turns, right? And having a built-in 20k double striker for your leader or a 20k combo for defense is still very powerful. So it's something you can't really just say is bad. It's kind of now in that mid-tier level, I would say. So it's something you can probably play. People find success with it, let me know. Very interested to see what you guys have to say about it. And just, of course, the list in general. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you guys did, please like and subscribe. All that does help me support the channel as well. And Patreon content will start again soon. Currently, I think the last thing we posted was an update to the Cumber deck, which was going over the new stuff that is coming out, or that came out in set 22, as well as the champ card. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. As always, thank you guys for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.